time for another look at the Pro Football Weekly's Way We Hear It. We're talking training camp battles, and Dan, who would have thought that the Seahawks would have a three-man race to start at quarterback after signing Matt Flynn this offseason? Now, Flynn's going to start their first preseason game. Does that mean he is the leader in the clubhouse to start Week 1?
No, I don't think you can say that, Kevin. I mean, Pete Carroll has just been totally unpredictable. It's been one strange thing after another out in the Pacific Northwest. Now, you know, they paid the big contract for Flynn, so you would think that he might have a little bit of an advantage, but Pete Carroll has been adamant about this being a legitimate three-way battle. These guys have been rotating day by day, taking snaps with the first team. I do think, though, at the end of the day, and this is just my feeling, and I've talked to some guys out there, I think Flynn is probably going to get the job. I think Russell Wilson is going to be used the way that the Broncos used Tebow. They'll have special plays designed for him in certain spot situations. And I think TARVARIS Jackson, the starter last year, is on the fence.
You mentioned Russell Wilson. I think a lot of people were surprised when Pete Carroll said it was a three-quarterback race back in the spring because people thought it would be kind of Flynn versus Jackson. And then Russell Wilson, the draft pick out of Wisconsin, who a lot of people knock him because he's not as tall as some of the quarterbacks as you may like. But Wilson has really made himself a part of this competition. You mentioned they'll come up with packages for him. But as a thrower, as a quarterback, can he make a run to maybe put himself in the race to be the starter?
Yeah, I think he can. I mean, he just really came in there, and he really has a rocket for an arm. You know, he is small, but he has a high release point and very catchable passes. Although I have heard that some of his passes have had a tendency to be overthrown a little bit, but he's a young guy and he's got all kinds of talent and he's got amazing presence and savvy. I think that's what they like about him as much as anything. I mean, everybody, these veterans and rookies alike really can see that this guy's on the ball, and so he's got a future one way or the other.
And what are TARVARIS Jackson's chances?
You know, I think TARVARIS is in trouble. I think he's a very gutty guy, and his teammates respect him. He played last year through a lot of injuries, but he never came through late in games. And I think at the end of the day, he's on the outside looking in. And now that I've said that, Pete Carroll will name TARVARIS Jackson the starter on opening day.
Well, like we've talked about with Arizona, a lot of promising talent on the Seattle team. You look at that defense, Marshawn Lynch at running back, and who can forget Terrell Owens now at wide receiver for whoever wins this starting quarterback job. To keep up with all the training camp battles around the league, head to our website at ProFootballWeekly.com.